Good morning, everybody. My name is Bogdan, and this is what I've learned after 3 weeks of running a restaurant. Let's start with the good news. I love doing this. One thing that you do as a developer, you work insanely a lot for insanely long periods of time, and then you get a win, like maybe 2 or 3 a year, and it's like, yeah, it works. It was like cool engineering, and it takes time to build it, and then you actually like get that endorphin rush. I mean, the whole process, it is cool up to the end, but like the big wins that fill you with adrenaline and excitement and reward, like powerful rewards, they are very rare. When you run a restaurant, that is insanely fast. You get non-stop, like 2 3 a day, that you make a client happy and he thanks you, and it's like, oh man, that this dish was so good, and then you immediately feel good yourself. I've never experienced this as a developer. Okay, let's just move on to the next. Okay, before I move to the next point, one thing that I didn't expect it to be that powerful, I love doing this. It would be basically my retirement dream to run a restaurant. That good the experience was. I'm next to a hospital. You're gonna hear a lot of sirens. The not so good things, the reality. The economy is in shambles. People don't have money, definitely not for restaurants. And I am insanely grateful to all the friends from work and from the common office space and everybody that ordered and helped me out with the business. Yes, I was lucky to serve some random customers and tourists that stop by, but overall is not sufficient to make this business model sustainable. Not now. If you walk around in Ghent through the middle of the city, and even more obvious through the side streets, basically like half the shops are closed. The owners, they have them for rent, like 2,000 thousand euros. Like, I cannot even make a profit of like not a profit. I cannot even make sales up to like 1,000 euros a month, not to mention 2,000 euros a month. So that is the reality. One point, I think it's worth having a business like this just to get data so you can play the stock market. So I'm thinking of this as far as like the Fed and the European Central Bank, that they say economy is fine, and it's like, no, it's not fine. The entire assets and people actually have these posters on their businesses outside, not businesses, places to become a business, saying, yeah, you can rent it for that much. Is the actual business owners that taking the branch. The business owners that actually own those properties, they still function. But one thing that was like very obvious, like going outside and being in the street, in the restaurant all day, was that they barely have 1 or 2 customers a day. Let's take a barbershop. Nobody goes to the barbershops anymore. It's basically there's no money in the economy. And I see the barbershop across the street, and it takes like one customer every 2 or 3 days. That is not a business. I had more customers at the restaurant than he did at the barbershop. Well, I was lucky with some tourists decided to stay. Oh boy. And let's talk about like people. One surprising thing, which is my mind boggles still. People that have less money, they pay more. I mean, yeah, at my restaurant, it was not very fancy anything, but like, let's say that They were like tourists. They could see on them like high quality clothes, and also high value watches and everything. They would just ask, okay, what do you have? They will really talk directly to you. They would not let you even explain what you have to offer to them. And then they would just take the minimum and then move on. Well, somebody that it's obvious from the way that he dresses, it doesn't have a lot of funds to spare and to use at the restaurant, it would be nice to you. It asks you things. It will compliment you, and not only that, it will spend more. Like, that is something that I did not expect it. It's like, it's so weird to express this. I'm deeply thankful to all my customers, all of them, but particularly the ones that it's obvious that they are not in a very stellar financial situation, but they still created a wonderful experience for me while serving them. So thank you all. Thank you all. So where does this go? Let's like, how is what's my next step? Well, I only rented this place as a pop-up, so my investment was limited from the start. So I know that I will have be only investing 3,000 euros for the entire game. Renting the furniture, renting the space, paying for all the electricity bills, and also like the consumables and food in this entire area. So I've collected a lot of data. One thing that was not, I mean, like, I was hoping, and it turns out to be true, but I will see. I had like another business owner considering to the other one, and they already approached me and they said, okay, after they understood, that's also another thing that was like it's very difficult to let people understand, like, how does it work, the delivery system. So you don't use Uber Eats, you don't use Deliveroo, and they will like ask me again, I don't understand, how does it work? Like, you just go on the website, you place your order, you specify you need to go, and somebody will, yeah, but who delivers it? Well, I explained to them, I have 4 delivery agents right now that they collaborate with me, and I pay them instantly. Like, how do you pay them? It's done automatically by the website. And then they will ask me again and again, and maybe about like the 3rd and 4th time after they would ask, they will get it. Oh, so that's how it works. And then they will express interest. So one thing that actually, like, I'm doing also good here is that my platform doesn't kill brand. So if you own a business, contact me, write me in the comments, and then, because like, if you have a business that sells food and you are somewhere in the European Union space, then we can collaborate even now. Because if you rely on Deliveroo and Deliverect, not only that they probably rip you off about like 30% tax, I can guarantee my taxes don't go higher than 10%. And not only that, the delivery agents that they get higher rates that they get from Uber and Deliveroo and Takeaway. And not only that, you get your money instant, and also the delivery agents, they get instant. And all these platforms, the way that they work, they kind of like, you do invest a lot as a business and as a restaurant, and also as a delivery agent. You need to work for a month and a half sometimes until you get your money from the previous time that you actually worked. With me, you're actually getting instant. So definitely I provide a lot of value here. So one business owner also stopped, and when he saw how it works, it immediately expressed interest. But I don't know if he's gonna commit. The other one that is new, one of the other friends from the past actually made it clear. Okay, let's collaborate. But he has um, a protein supplements for fit protein shakes, vitamins. So it's a supplement shop. So what does he do? He doesn't want to lose his brand. He already invested a lot of energy and effort, and finally has his WordPress website set up how he likes it, and doesn't want to change that. Not even for me, because he is one of these lucky business owners. He owns the establishment, and even if he doesn't sell anything, it's still fine. It doesn't have so many bills to pay like I do. I need to pay my rent, and then I have teenager kids that go into school. The bills are high when you don't own a house. So he doesn't want to lose his brand, and that also prompted me. There's also like another niche in this space, to do delivery agent in such a way that you keep the brand. Like on Deliveroo, when clients land on the websites, they just become interchangeable. Like maybe you get to sell something, but at some point, if the client starts using Deliveroo or Uber Eats, it just doesn't care about your brand anymore. Might as well just like, okay, take the hit from the start. Either you find a way that you make your client understand what you do and what you sell, and then you keep that client coming back to your shop or your website, and he orders from there. If not, it doesn't pay that much, and everybody is just basically like a race to the bottom. And companies that have a lot of money, they can play this race to the bottom game. But like a business, a single owner business, that's the danger in things. So I also have a solution for that. If you are interested in collaborating with me, don't hesitate. Send me a message. My next step. Well, I don't have a lot of money. So I will take what I've learned. Definitely there is a way forward for the delivery business. I will keep implementing it, but only in my free time. What I've done so far, I'm immensely proud of what I've built so far, and I will keep polishing it and doing it, and maybe, I don't know, apply for startup funds and venture capitals. If you are interested in what you had me that I was able to build so far, poke me. I'm open to accept investment. For everyone else, stay tuned. I will keep posting about my adventures as a developer. And thank you all for watching. Have a wonderful day. Bye.